Well, it's Monday, and what that means is ethics is cool. Today's short podcast is about lawyers and meditation. I'm going to tell you why I think we have big problems meditating. My name is Stuart Teicher, and I am the CLE performer. I'm the guy who gave himself a stupid nickname, and I gave myself that nickname because I know we need to get critical content. I just think it would be a nice idea if we could stay awake in the process. Now listen to me. Don't send me an email or write in the comments somewhere that I'm telling lawyers that we shouldn't meditate. That happened to me in a CLE program I gave. Someone wrote a whole big long comment that said that I was irresponsible because I was telling lawyers not to meditate. That is not at all what I am saying. I simply think that lawyers have a difficult time meditating, and I want to explain why. I want you to think about the way we are trained as lawyers. Whether it's in law school, whether it's in our practice, and it doesn't matter what type of practice we're in-house, solos, big law, it doesn't matter. Every single one of us are trained to believe that we have to look into the future. Everything we do, no matter what type of area of law you're in, it's all geared toward thinking about the future. If you're taking someone's deposition, you're asking them questions, and you're wondering about how their answer is going to impact your case later on. If you're doing an estate planning document, you're thinking about how is the service going to interpret this language from a taxation point of view in the future. If you're talking about a real estate contract, what's going to happen if this deal falls apart? If you're dealing with a transactional matter and you're doing a contract, is my client protected if the deal falls apart in the future? Every single thing that we deal with in our practice deals with the future. It's how we're trained. We don't just listen, we hear. We think. We listen, we hear, we think, and we process. At the time someone is speaking, or at the time an event is happening, or at the time we're drafting something, we're thinking about the future. It's the way we've been trained since day one, and it's the way things have to be. You can't not think about the future when you're doing a deposition. That's the whole point of it. You got to get that information out of the witness so that it can help you in the future. You can't not think about what the IRS is going to do about taxation issues when you're doing estate planning. That's what you've been hired to do. So everything that we do in our entire career is all about thinking about the future. And then the meditators come to us and they say, live in the now. Right? Don't think about the future. Stay in the present moment. And yet everything we do in the practice of law is either thinking about what our clients did in the past or how this moment is going to affect the future. The law demands that we think about the past and the future. Is staying present malpractice? It might be. The law demands that we obsess about the past and the future. And that's why it's so difficult for us to stay in the present moment. I'm not saying we shouldn't do it. I'm not saying that because the concept of staying present is so difficult for lawyers that you shouldn't meditate. I'm saying the exact opposite. Creating a meditation practice is very, very healthy for lawyers. All I'm saying is that maybe when you struggle, this is why. And I think it's helpful to understand why we struggle if we want to be able to overcome the obstacles and to make something like a meditation practice work for us, because it can be very, very valuable. Please remember to like or subscribe either on the YouTube channel or on your podcast platform of choice, or both. That would be awesome too. And remember that every one of my posts are part of a larger CLE program that I do. That's what I do for a living. If you hear something interesting on one of my podcast posts and you want to know a little bit more about the actual program that it came from, go to my website, stuartteicher.com, go over to the Contact Us section, fill it out, it'll send me an email, and I'll get back to you. Thanks very much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day.